Primetime local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Lloydminster is preparing the groundwork for the next 20 years of the waste management facility, and it's looking to be more expensive than anticipated. Lloydminster's municipal landfill had its roadmap discussed at City Council. The plan comes after a new cell was approved for the facility.
Recently approved an extension of 5 years to build a new cell, and I believe it's about $3.1 million. That's not cheap at all, and what we have to look at is what else needs to be done at the landfill. We know that the scale has not been is serving us, but it's to a point it could use an update. The buildings definitely could use an update.
An additional $149,000 will be committed to the 20-year plan through the Environmental Services Capital Reserve.
Money will give us a very thorough report that council, the future council, can look at and say, hey, I think this is the right direction we need to go to, or explore conversations with our regional partners.
The Waste Management Facility Master Plan was last updated in 2016. Midwest Prairie Pirates home opener took place this weekend with a series against the Sherwood Park Dukes. Our Thomas Wildman has more on opening weekend.
The Prairie Pirates got their season started with a high-scoring game against the Sherwood Park Dukes, but the Pirates were able to sneak away with a 15-14 win. Both teams had a short break and then right into Game 2. The Pirates played a much stronger defensive game, never giving up more than one run in an inning. The Pirates played some great small ball on offense and made every hit count, which led to a 5-3 Pirate victory for the second win of the day.
Very good. I like that we went 2-0 this year. We got a very young team. We got young talent. We're going to develop well and play good baseball.
One of the young talents on the team is Lincoln Brown, who pitched all but one out of the Game 2 victory.
I was pretty confident in my infield, and I felt pretty good pitching, so.
The Pirates are dealing with a few injuries to start the season, as well as rostering a much younger squad than previous years, which has forced players to step up and play different positions.
Yeah, we lost a lot of good guys, so I think we just had to all step up as a team and cover those positions.
Well, yeah, it's nice that we can all play different positions, and we all need to step up, especially the younger guys, too. They've been stepping up quite a bit here, too, lately, so it's kind of nice.
The Pirates also have some extra motivation this season, which their head coach believes will be a key part to their success this year.
Coach's poll for the year had us ranked 8th out of 8 teams, and so we've got that pinned up on there and a little bit of motivation for the boys, and I think that they're taking that seriously, and I overall think they did a good job today.
Thomas Wildman, Primetime, local news.
The Edmonton Oilers and Vancouver Canucks kick off their second round series against each other tomorrow. We went out to get to know how Oilers fans are feeling ahead of puck drop.
We're out here today at the Lloyd Mall talking to people about the upcoming Oilers versus Canucks series. We're going to be talking to fans and hopefully getting some good answers about the upcoming series. So we're here at Boathouse, and I'm with
Rain.
Perfect, Rain. And the upcoming Oilers series, they will be playing Vancouver starting tomorrow. Do you have any kind of predictions for the series regarding, the Oilers kind of winning this?
Not really. I don't know much about hockey, but I feel like they will do pretty good with what I've heard so far.
Upcoming Oilers series against the Vancouver Canucks. Do you have any predictions?
Oilers.
Big series coming up against the Vancouver Canucks. How do you think the Oilers are going to fare in this series?
Oilers in 4.
Oilers in 4. You think it's going to be a clean sweep?
Yeah.
Okay. Oilers played great in that first series against the Kings. How do you think they're going to fare against a gritty Vancouver Canucks team?
Oh, I don't know. I'm a Calgary Flames fan, so I really wish both of them could lose.
Do you think the Oilers are going to win the Stanley Cup this year?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And who's your favorite player on the Oilers?
I do not know.
Game 1 of the second series will take place tomorrow against the Vancouver Canucks. From Primetime Local News, I'm Callum Hawker.
Abby St. John joins me back in studio for our second look at the weather.
We are sitting at 10 degrees here in the border city and very rainy day out today, and that's going to continue into the evening as well overnight tonight. And into tomorrow morning is predicted to have some rainfall, but currently we're sitting at 10. And then in Alberta, 9 degrees out in Cold Lake, 6 in Red Deer, 7 in Edmonton, 8 in Rocky Mountain House in Athabasca, and 13 out in Jasper, Edson, and in Whitecourt. And in Saskatchewan, 10 degrees in Meadow Lake, 19 in Prince Albert and Melfort, 15 in North Battleford, and 17 out in Saskatoon. Up north in Saskatchewan, 17 in Radium City and Flin Flon, 16 in Stony Rapids and Wollaston Lake, 10 in La Loche and Buffalo Narrows, and 13 out in South End. In Alberta, 11 out in Slave Lake and Fort Chipewyan, 10 in Fort Mac, 12 in High Level, 17 in Peace River, and 15 out in Grand Prairie. Down south in Alberta, 8 in Banff and Coronation, 5 in Calgary, 4 in Lethbridge, and 9 in Medicine Hat. And in Saskatchewan, 10 in Kindersley and Moose Jaw, and out in Estevan, 18 in Yorkton, 11 in Regina, and 8 in Swift Current. Overnight tonight in North Battleford, expect cloudy conditions and a low of 8 degrees. Overnight tonight in Cold Lake, 5 degrees will be your evening temperature, and there will be a shower this evening. Otherwise, it will remain overcast tonight. And then more overnight temperatures across the region. Expect more rainfall in areas like Bonnyville, Provost, and Paradise Hill. 4 degrees in Meadow Lake, 7 in Bonnyville, 6 in Provost and Isle Cross, and 5 out in Paradise Hill. More overnight temperatures, more rain in the majority of those, in all those regions rather. 7 degrees in Murnum, 6 in Pierceland, Unity, and Wainwright, and 3 out in Calgary. Overnight tonight here in Lloydminster, expect more rainfall overnight tonight. 5 degrees will be our evening temperature. Over the next 7 days here in the border city, a high of 16 and a low of 5 for tomorrow, and the rain should taper off by the afternoon. Thursday, it will be a mix of sun and clouds, so that sun will come back out with a high of 20 and a low of 5. On Friday, it will be quite warm out with a high of 24 and a low of 10, with a mix of sun and cloud as well. On Saturday, to start your weekend off, a high of 21 and a low of 4. It will be a little bit more breezy, so it may feel a little bit milder, but it will be a nice day out regardless. On Sunday, it will be a better day with a mix of sun and cloud with a high of 20 and a low of 8. On Monday, there's about a 58% chance of some morning showers passing through with a mix of sun and cloud. But it will be quite a warm day out with a high of 21 and a low of 6. And then on Tuesday, a mix of sun and cloud as well with a high of 17 and a low of 5. So despite the rainfall that we've had over the last couple of days, we are looking forward to a very nice second half of the week into next week as well, with those high temperatures in the 20s. So that's always very nice to look forward to, and even the low temperatures are not too bad as well, and it has been nice having some rainfall over the last couple of days. That's a look at your evening weather forecast. We will have more news coming up after the break. Back at Border Paws Animal Shelter for our weekly edition of Pet Project, and today we have Greta. She is a gorgeous, gorgeous 2-year-old dog. Tell me about her personality. I hear she's great with all sorts of people and animals, and how did she become, or how did she get here?
So Greta actually came in as a stray around the end of March. She was found around 41st Ave and 62nd Street. She's approximately 2 years old. She's a very playful, friendly girl too. Like, she's just amazing with other dogs. She loves kids. She loves to play. She loves toys. When she is feeling super excited or upset, though, she can get very vocal. So something important to keep in mind, especially if you live in an apartment or tight quarters with other people, because she does love.
She'll let you know.
She does let you know, but she loves kids. She'd be amazing in a family with children or with another dog. She's just such a sweet girl.
And has she been introduced to cats at all?
We can definitely test her with cats, but I honestly feel like she's so chill and just.
Yeah. From the limited amount of time that we've been around her, I'd be pretty confident that she would handle a cat. I think they wouldn't like her as much as she
Right.
likes them, for sure.
Oh, she's an angel.
She really is, and that bow, she rocks the bow so well. Now, you have a couple events in the works. This week, Friday, the Hillmont Hall, they're having their emergency event. Tell me about it. You have more
Yes.
information to give away for people, and you are also looking for volunteers.
We are. So we're always looking for volunteers for any of our events. So if you're interested, you can either call the shelter or email volunteer@borderpaws.ca. The Hillmont Emergency Awareness and Family Fun Day on the 10th starts from 10 to 3. We're going to have bouncy houses there. There's going to be demonstrations. Some booths are going to be set up. There will be free food. There's also a chili cook-off, face painting, all kinds of fun activities for the whole family. We'll be there with a couple of adoptable animals as well.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And then if people can't make it to that event, or if they want another event to round out their weekend, Saturday, there's also a barbecue happening in support of you guys. So it's not really you holding it, but give some information on what people should know and where it's going to be.
So Windsor Plywood will be hosting a barbecue, a charity barbecue in support of the shelter this Saturday from 11 to 2. So we're extremely grateful for that. All the proceeds, of course, coming back into the shelter. So if you want to help volunteer for that or help show support, down Windsor Plywood on Saturday, and we'd love to see you there.
And finally, your grand reopening is also coming up. Give some information about that and what people can expect and all the fun things that are going to be happening.
So on Thursday, the 23rd, we're having our grand reopening, so we can kind of show some progress that's been done with our kennels and our shelter. There will be guided tours. We're going to have a barbecue put on, but Just Cruisin' is helping us out with that. They've also generously donated a beautiful bench, which we will be raffling off. There will be kind of an indoor yard sale with the proceeds too coming back into the shelter. So we're really hoping to see a good turnout for that. A big, huge thank you to Superstore for already generously donating towards our barbecue. We're hoping to get a few more though, so we can make this a huge success, not only for us and the animals, but for the community too.
For sure. And I was going to ask if there was, you've gotten so many donations for it, but if there's anything else that you're still in need of.
Well, we're definitely still in need of food for our barbecue for our event, but also dog enrichment. We're looking for toys, slow feeders, the little treat feeders that are like little puzzles. They love those. So scrub brushes too, because with the warmer weather, our dogs are going to be outside more often. Our kennels are concrete, so we'd like to be able to clean those out. Things like scrub daddies, scour pads, those kinds of things.
Yes, for sure. And now let's also mention some of the merchandise and other, operational donations that you may need.
So on the website 1234.ca, there's a bunch of Border Paws branded merchandise that is available. Some hoodies, sweatshirts, hats, sweats. They even have coffee tumblers, which are pretty cool. To save on shipping, you can actually have your items shipped right here to the shelter and pick them up from us. So that's always an awesome option to have, save a little bit of money, but also support the shelter.
Yes, and all the proceeds from those sales will go right back
into the shelter, yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me again. And Greta, she was the perfect guest, and she definitely will make any family super, super happy.
She's an angel.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery, downtown Lloydminster.
I am speaking with Jill Kelly today from Red Bicycle, and you offer many, many marketing services. And can you tell me a little bit about your company?
Yeah, first, thanks for having me. Like you said, I'm Jill Kelly with Red Bicycle Communications, and we are a marketing agency that specializes in marketing and branding and just really helping our clients stand out in such a competitive marketplace and thriving to the best of their abilities.
Right, you do some very unique campaigns. How big of a team do you have there?
Right now, I think we have about 8 people working here, and so yeah, we're very, very lucky to have such a great team here.
Awesome. So I understand that, well, the reason that we're talking today is that your company has been nominated for, I'm assuming, an industry-specific award. What can you tell me about the nomination and the award?
Thank you. Yes, we are very excited to announce that we are a finalist in the Alberta Chamber of Commerce Awards of Distinction for mentorship. And so it's not specific to marketing, it's more specific to the work that we put back into the community through our mentorship programs. We are one of 3 finalists, so it's incredibly competitive with the whole province of Alberta competing. So even just to be a finalist is amazing. We are blessed because we are doing it, or we are a finalist in mentorship for our efforts in helping women to become more entrepreneurial. And I'm not sure if you're familiar, but the Canadian economic landscape, all business in Canada, 98% of it is small businesses. And of that, we actually only represent 17.7% of those businesses. For women-owned business is pretty low. So our goal is to increase that number and help women become more entrepreneurial. And then if they already are entrepreneurs, to stay in that role.
All right, so this might be a kind of strange question, but how do you go about doing that? What sorts of things can you help women entrepreneurs do?
One of the big reasons that women don't enter into the business owner game of it, there's lots of women who are in business, but not at that level, is there's a couple different restraints that women face. And a lot of it is more internalized doubt, not a lot of connections or mentorships, and a lack of access to knowledge or resources that they'll need to be successful. And so we are actually putting on an event on June 4th called Women in Business. And so it is going to be awesome. We have a lot of women coming together from the community who are helping out with it. We've got 3 mini presentations about getting started in business, ethos of support and like the different connections that exist, not just through our networking, which is a part of it, but also through the government agencies and how to properly utilize those. And stress management. Running a business is stressful, as many know. And so with women, oftentimes we're also the heads of households. And so balancing that, we'll also be chatting with past winners of the Lloydminster Chamber of Commerce Award for Businesswoman of the Year. So we've got finalists and recipients of that award on our panel. And we're going to cap it all off with an amazing inspirational keynote speaker who is Mindy Hawthorne from Brixton Shoes. And her story is wonderful. I can't wait for everybody to hear it.
Excellent. I guess, how do you see women-run and women-led businesses being different from, other businesses out there?
It's not necessarily that we want them to be different. We just want them to exist. And so we think everybody should be in business, man, woman, anybody. We want to see that number from 17%, which actually is an increase. It's 17.7% of last year. And in 2020, it was only 16%. So the trend is rising. We just want to help motivate women who want to be in business to get into it. So it's not about distinguishing between the genders. It's about increasing the number of women who are in those roles.
And you touched on it a little bit in your previous answer, just with regard to all of the roles that women in business, have to address and have to do. And how hard is that juggling act for women?
Well, as a woman-owned business for Red Bicycle, and as a mother of 2, it is incredibly difficult. I'm very happy to have such a wonderful partner at home who helps out around the house a lot. And I think that's becoming more of the standard for people, is that you have an equal partner. So that's really great. Not everybody has that opportunity or has the same home life. And so we can't help that area, but we can help you with the ethos of support and the networking and the mentorship. And it just proved, like, studies have shown that mentorship and connection is really important and vital to any business. And so I know for myself, particularly, there's been lots of business owners on both sides of the gender spectrum who have helped me get to where I am today. So I really feel like it's a good thing to help give back to budding entrepreneurs or even people who are already existing in business and learning from each other and helping each other rise. Because, I mean, running a business can be kind of isolating, and this is supposed to help break out people from that isolation and help encourage them.
All right, so Jill, it sounds like it's going to be a very exciting time when you do head to the awards. When and where do they happen?
Yes, it will be very exciting. The awards take place in Edmonton on June 20th, and we are very much looking forward to attending that event.
All right. Well, Jill, thank you so much for your time today. I'm really excited that you're nominated for this award. It sounds like you're very deserving. And
Oh, thank you.
yeah, good luck.
Thank you so much.
That's all the time we have from Primetime Local News. Have a great night, everybody.